Hi everybody, Crystal, Energetic Alchemist here again. Something happened to me this morning which was really cool and I wanted to share with everybody. So on my way to work, I was driving and I decided to stop and grab a energy drink from the gas station on my way to work. Last night I was super sleepy and really excited to get a good night's rest, and I laid down in bed and Auxil says, "We're gonna give you downloads tonight." Okay. So needless to say, I was zinging all night long and didn't get an ounce of sleep. So this morning I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go get an energy drink and that'll help me and bebop my way through work, and yeah, it'll be fine. So I stopped and I didn't recognize it exactly in the moment. It took me a little bit. So what happened was I got my energy drink and I went up to the counter and I was paying this lady, and you could tell she was the manager there and she was a little frazzled. And I put my card in to pay for my drink, and she was like hitting the clear button before like my card even went in. And one of the things that I make sure that I do on a daily basis is I make sure that I'm extremely nice to people who I can just tell are having a rough time, you know, whether their energy is just off all the time because that's where they sit, or maybe they're just having a rough day, or their dog died, you know, a family member sick. You just don't know. So I really try to make sure that I'm extending love, especially in the times when I know it's needed. And that can go one of two ways. People are kind of receptive and grateful, and you know, they'll be, "Wow, you're so nice, you're so happy today," or whatever, or it can really rub them the wrong way and they'll be like, "Oh my God," you know. So this woman made a snarky comment to me, and I had told her, you know, what she had said for me to do with my card was exactly what I was doing. And I said, "I think you're hitting like the cancel button or something, because it cancels before I even stick my card in." And she rolled her eyes at me and proceeded to tell me just swipe the card instead of doing the chip. And I was like, okay, fine, easier for me anyway. Swipe, got my drink, left. And in that moment, I was like, she's been like that with me before, right? So I get in the car and I start driving. And there's about 100 yards between this particular gas station and the on-ramp to I-35. And so I start pulling onto the highway, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've lived this before. Like, I had this Groundhog Day feeling of truly living this moment before. But the only difference was the time that I had experienced this same exact timeline, I was extremely cranky because of that interaction at the gas station. I remember just being mad and frustrated, and I remember pulling onto the highway and this kind of deja vu remembering that I was having. And I remember seeing this truck, and this truck said "boss." And I remember seeing it, and I remember trying to get over and nobody would let me in and just being mad. I remember, like, I literally have a memory of like flipping somebody off. And I was like, wow, I'm really living this same exact scenario, except for I'm in alignment and I feel good and I don't care about the lady at the gas station. Like, it doesn't affect me where she's at. And I didn't interact with anybody else that was maybe in an off vibration as I was getting on the highway or anything like that, you know? And it made me start to think, like, is this me tapping into one of my fractal souls that's living this same scenario, but maybe just experiencing it differently because maybe that part of me didn't wake up and have enough coffee in the morning, or, you know, maybe that part of me was really frustrated that she didn't get enough sleep that night and had to come and be with the babies today. Really interesting. The other thing that I was kind of toying around with is this idea of instant manifestation. Auxil keeps telling me that now in this new energy that we're playing with, and it's going to continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger, we are really in the realm of instant manifestation. And the reason that you're not seeing it kind of produce the results that you want with maybe money or love or work or any of those other things is because you keep yourself in the same thought loops. Therefore, you're still representing and recreating this 3D life that you've been in this whole time. So you're not seeing the differences that can actually pop up. And I was like, wow, okay. So with that in mind, was I instantly manifesting all of that and in the moment chose to take a different path? Was that deja vu? Or was that truly an instant manifestation that was kind of going on before my eyes and I was just watching the unfolding of it? Because in that moment, I was very conscious of these two paths that could have been taken, the cranky path or the aligned path. So very, very interesting. I still don't exactly know what happened this morning with that. It was very Twilight Zone-y. Yeah, but very cool to say the least. So if any of you are experiencing any of these things, definitely comment. Let me know what y'all are going through too. I think a lot of these new things that are happening with the new energy that we're being brought into that we are rising ourselves up into this new frequency, I think a lot of this is really stemming from this energy, and it's all going to be a matter of whether or not we can learn to harness these energies and play with them and see what happens with our world when we can really start to manifest with these energies. So that was really cool. And then that ties me into my next topic, which is actually instant manifestation. So I've been experiencing some of these things and it's like mind-blowing right now. And I'm just like, wow, what is this? So here's a couple of things. I can't, in my 3D world realm of understanding, and trust me, my thoughts can be pretty out there. I channel galactic guides, like I speak to aliens, so it's like, I understand a lot of stuff. I get it. But man, I just can't wrap my mind around for some reason. So if any of you guys are experiencing this stuff too, definitely comment. Let me know. Send me an email. Tell me your story. We're all in this together. That's why I'm posting this video. So about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, I went to unplug the espresso machine at home to turn it off. For some reason, I just don't ever use the switch. I unplug it. And the second I put my hand on the plug to unplug it, the thought of, I'm turning this off, went through my mind. And in that instant before I had taken the plug out of the wall, the espresso machine shut off. So my intention in shutting off that machine manifested prior to my action. And it was like almost in slow motion that I noticed it. Then the other day, the bathroom light was on and I reached around the corner to turn the light off. And before my hand even hit the switch to turn off the light went off. And then it went click because I hit it, it was like a second before. It's like my thoughts are manifesting my actions a second before my actual action. And I was just like, wow, okay. And then the other night, I think it was last weekend, like last Saturday or last Friday, I was posting some things on my Instagram for Energeticalchemist. I found a nice spiritual meme that I was just going to throw up there, kind of say goodnight to everybody. And I thought about it. I had it ready. I had it in like the edit form and I was writing and hashtagging. And I got distracted, one of my dogs, and I had to get up and go help them. And I have a very needy chihuahua. I know I created that too. I know, I get it. Self-accountability. But he's cute, so I just can't help it. I got up to help him, and I came back, and I was on my homepage for my IG, and it was already posted. It was posted with hashtags that I hadn't yet put in there. It was posted with, my little blip of what I wanted to say. And it was posted like 10 minutes prior. How did that happen? Like, did I jump timelines going into the kitchen? I don't know. I don't know what this is. I know time doesn't exist. I get that. In this realm, it's created. It's been created as a structural reference to keep, it's the construct of society. It's a manifestation. So I get that. But this is just, it's insane. And then yesterday, same thing happened. I went to turn a light off in my bedroom, and the second before I hit the switch, the light went off. Now, either I'm emitting some crazy energy that is literally impacting these lights and these machines, or there's something else going on that I'm tapping into that I don't really know how to work with yet. And part of me really feels like this ties in to the instant manifestation of this new 5D consciousness that I'm able to stay in majority of the time, and I know that there's a lot of abilities within this fifth dimensional consciousness that we just don't know how to work with yet. But it's almost like, how do you know if you don't know, right? If you don't know what these fifth dimensional consciousness abilities are, how are you going to turn them on? So now that I'm aware that the instant manifestation thing is, it's here. It's definitely here. Now it's time to turn it on. Now it's time to really start to tap into it. I tried it today. I pulled into my spot at work, and I was like, okay, car, turn off. Waiting. Car didn't turn off. So I don't know what I'm missing. But man, it's kind of when these thoughts happen of I'm going to turn the light off, I kind of go into this void right before turning the light off. There really is no thoughts in that moment. And maybe that's what I'm missing. I'm not quite sure. I'm still figuring this part out. This is also something that would be really cool for me to channel in and see what Auxil has to say, because he definitely gives me lots of tips and tools and all of that good stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to stay out of the light a little bit. But yeah, super interesting, y'all. So if any of you are experiencing any of this sort of deja vu, but it's not really deja vu. That's the only words that I really have to express it, but it's literally, it was stronger than any deja vu I've had in the past. So I don't know that that's the right word to describe this, but it's the only physical words that I can kind of give you to explain what I experienced this morning. It was real. I could feel the split. I could feel the divide. I felt the manifestation of both outcomes at the same time. It was really, really neat. Really, really neat. And then this whole instant manifestation thing with my posts and the lights and the espresso machine. And wow, it's getting good, guys. It's definitely getting good. So thank goodness Mercury retrograde is over. I did really good for the majority of it. That tends to be a time where I'm tested a little bit within my alignment. So I'm really grateful that that didn't happen as much this time. I probably only started to get affected by it the last really 4 days because I could really feel the energy start to amp up. So I just worked with my new moon energies and set some really cool intentions for this next month and where we're going and where I want to see all of us heading. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what transpires. So I hope y'all are having a beautiful start to your week. Definitely comment on what you're going through if you're experiencing any of these same things. You feel free to email me, energeticalchemist.com. energeticalchemist@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what y'all are going through. I have some really cool topics that I'll be doing some videos later this afternoon on, but I have to go get some things done for now. So enjoy the rest of your morning or afternoon. I love you all.